Hi students, welcome to Sakshi FIT NEET Academy. In this video session we are going to learn about one of the important van der Waals force of attractions, that is hydrogen bonding. So here what are van der Waals force of attractions? So here this van der Waals force of attractions also known as molecular attractions. So here these molecular attractions exist specially in organic compounds to convert them into a liquid form and a solid form. Here we know that ionic compounds which are crystalline solids because of ionic bond, and coming to that coordination compounds which are crystalline solids because of a coordination bond. Coming to that metallic compound, that is metals which are because of metallic bond, they are strongly crystalline solids. So here what is the main reason behind these organic compounds to exist as a liquid form and a solid form? This is because of molecular attractions or van der Waals forces of attractions, like London dispersion forces or dipole force of attraction or dipole induced force of attractions, otherwise hydrogen bonding. So these are the forces which make molecules together, then they exist in a liquid form and a solid form. So here what is hydrogen bonding and which compound shows hydrogen bonding, and what types of hydrogen bonds are there? So these we will discuss in this video session. So let's begin. What is hydrogen bonding? So simply again, this hydrogen bonding is classified into two types, that is intramolecular hydrogen bonding and intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So simple here. First we will learn about what is hydrogen bonding. Then it's very easy. What is within the molecule? If that hydrogen bond exists, then that is called intramolecular hydrogen bonding. What is intermolecular hydrogen bonding? The hydrogen bond between molecule to molecule. That means the bond between different molecules called intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So first we will discuss about this. What is hydrogen bonding? Simple. Here the compounds which having a hydrogen with a more electronegative atoms, like oxygen, fluorine, nitrogen, then there is a existence between a imaginary partial electrostatic forces between hydrogen with oxygen, hydrogen with a fluorine, hydrogen with a nitrogen, called hydrogen bonding. So here what is hydrogen bonding? It's a partial electrostatic attractive forces between hydrogen and more electronegative elements like fluorine, oxygen and nitrogen, called hydrogen bonding. So simple here, that partial electrostatic attractive forces between that covalent bonded hydrogen of one molecule with a other covalent bonded fluorine of other molecule, or other covalent bonded oxygen of other molecule, or covalent bonded nitrogen of other molecule, or within the molecule. Simple here, this covalent bonded hydrogen with a fluorine, hydrogen with a oxygen, hydrogen with a nitrogen. So here that electrostatic force of attractions between this bonded hydrogen with a bonded fluorine, bonded hydrogen with a bonded oxygen, bonded hydrogen with a bonded nitrogen, called hydrogen bonding, called hydrogen bonding. So here, to understand clearly, I am taking an example here I am taking a that is water. So what is the formula of water? That is a H2O. So here, this is a geometry of water molecule, that oxygen bonded to two hydrogens which are sigma bonds and having a two lone pairs. Here the bond angle is 104 degrees. It's a bent shape. See here, this is a molecule composed with two hydrogens, one oxygen. So here these two hydrogens are bonded to the oxygen, and here see, this oxygen is more electronegative compared to hydrogens. So obviously what happens when the bond between two different electronegative atoms, then bond get polarizes. What is the polarization? Simply that bonded electrons displaces towards a more electronegative side. That is called polarization. So due to the polarization, the electron cloud increases around more electronegative atom, that is denoted with this partially negative charge. Why? Because see here, these bonded electrons are not completely towards oxygen. These C, that means bonded electrons displacing towards oxygen. So obviously around the oxygen electron cloud increases, that means negatively charge increases, that represented with a partially negative charge. And what about hydrogen? Hydrogen partially loses electron cloud because see here, these bond electrons are slightly displacing towards oxygen. Then what about the electron cloud around this hydrogen nucleus? Get decreases. Obviously that nucleus charge increases, that is denoted with a partially positive, and here we have a partially positive. So due to this electronegativity difference between oxygen and hydrogen, here we got a dipoles. These are the partial dipoles. On oxygen we have a negative, in hydrogen we have a positive. So like the same phenomena exist with every molecule. So obviously what happens? So due to the dipole nature between molecule to molecule, there is an attraction between a negative pole to positive pole. See here, this is a hydrogen which is making a electrostatic forces, means which is attracting towards oxygen. So this is called hydrogen bonding. Simple. See here, the partial electrostatic forces between this hydrogen and the oxygen, this is called hydrogen bonding. So like all the molecules show same phenomena. So the oxygen which is attracted towards a hydrogen of other molecule, and this hydrogen is attracted towards oxygen of other molecule. Like that all the molecules become very close, and this compound exists at a liquid form or solid form, depends on temperature. At a low temperature, the hydrogen bonding magnitude is very high. At a high temperature, the magnitude is going to decrease. That means hydrogen bonding decreases. At a particular boiling point, the hydrogen bonds completely cleaves and they exist as a evaporated state. So here that is called a hydrogen bonding. So here I am taking another example that is hydrogen fluoride. See here, hydrogen is less electronegative, get partially positive, then fluorine is more electronegative, partially negative. So simple, this fluorine is going to attract with a hydrogen of other molecule. So here this fluorine is going to attract with a hydrogen of other molecule, like see, this is called hydrogen bonding. Make this compound in a liquid form or solid form based on a temperature and based on the magnitude of that hydrogen. So here I am taking another example here, liquid ammonia, that is this nitrogen bonded to 3 hydrogens, and here this nitrogen bonded to each nitrogen bonded to 3 hydrogens covalently. So simple, here I am taking, that is another molecule, See, this is a partially positive hydrogen, partially negative hydrogen. Simple. This partially positive hydrogen is making a attraction with this partially negative hydrogen. So simple. This nitrogen is making a attraction with this hydrogen. This is called electrostatic force between hydrogen and nitrogen. So this is called hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen bonding. Like this, here we have other compounds like a formic acid, which shows hydrogen bonding, like alcohols, which shows hydrogen bonding, and here we have a orthohydroxy carboxylic acid, which shows hydrogen bonding, and here para nitrophenol, which shows hydrogen bonding, and here we have a orthonitrophenol, which shows hydrogen bonding, So here, what are the effects of this hydrogen bonding on common properties? So here, these physical properties are going to change due to this hydrogen bonding, So simple, when the hydrogen bonding is very high, the molecular attractions, that means molecule to molecule, the distance getting decreases, then closeness increases. So when the molecules are very close, we need a more energy to make them separate. Means to break that attraction, we need a more energy. So what is that energy called? If that liquid form is there, to evaporate them, we need to give energy, that is called a boiling point, and to decompose solid to liquid, that is called a melting point. So here, due to the hydrogen bonding, especially that melting point, boiling point of compound changes. If that hydrogen bonding exists, then melting point, boiling point is very high. Hydrogen bonding is absent, that is because of other van der Waals force of attractions like London dispersion forces, like a dipole, then that boiling point, melting point is somewhat less. So here, this is hydrogen bonding. Simple. Next, coming to that intramolecular hydrogen bonding and intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding. What is intramolecular hydrogen bonding? See here, intra, that is within the molecule, we have a hydrogen bonding. So here, before this, I am taking examples for this intermolecular hydrogen bonding. What is intermolecular hydrogen bonding? The hydrogen bonding between molecule to molecule. This molecule having a hydrogen bonding with other molecules. So like between molecule to molecule, called intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Examples, you can take water, the hydrogen bonding between molecule to molecule. You can take hydrogen fluoride, hydrogen bonding between hydrogen fluoride to another molecule of hydrogen fluoride. You can take a para nitrophenol. Here, not this. This is a best example for intramolecular hydrogen bonding. We will discuss that. So here, para nitrophenol, this is the example of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. You can take a alcohols, you can take a formic acid, you can take a liquid ammonia. This shows intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So now here I am taking the intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So what is intramolecular hydrogen bonding? The bonding within the molecule, hydrogen bonding within the molecule. So for that, here I am taking an example, the best example, that is orthonitrophenol. See, this hydrogen of this oxygen is going to attract with this oxygen. Simple. See here, the hydrogen bonding between hydrogen to oxygen within the molecule called intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So here, what are the effects because of this intramolecular hydrogen bonding? Simple. Due to the intramolecular hydrogen bonding, this molecule is not making any attraction with the other molecules, especially hydrogen bonding. There is no hydrogen bonding between molecule to molecule. So if the bonding is there or attraction is there, that is other than hydrogen bonding, that is simply London dispersion forces. So those forces are very weak. So due to this absence of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Due to the presence of intramolecular hydrogen bonding, this compound exists as volatile compound. So here, what is volatile compound? Simple like a kerosene. So when we are keeping an open phase, when we are keeping at open area, what happens? It get evaporated from the surface area of that compound, because the molecule don't have any attractions between the molecule. So when the attractions are there between molecule to molecule, then the molecule is holded by that attraction, so there is no chance to escape. But here what happening? This molecule don't have any other attractions. This is intramolecular bonding, so there is chance to escape very easily from the compound surface. That is called volatile nature, like a kerosene, like a petrol, like a camphor, like a naphthalene balls. So these are the examples for volatile nature compounds. So here, what about the melting point and boiling point for these intramolecular hydrogen bonded compounds? Very weak. That means very low melting point, very low boiling point. If the compound shows intermolecular hydrogen bonding, then the melting point, boiling point get increases because of more attractions between a molecule to molecule. So I hope you understand well what is hydrogen bonding, and coming to intramolecular hydrogen bonding and intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So if you like the video, subscribe the channel, share, like, comment, and hit the bell icon so that you will get latest video lectures. Thank you.